I'm Jenn Page.
And I'm John Curtis.
And
we are two nerds in a garage. We're psyched. Tell them why we're psyched.
I think we're tired.
Two old nerds in a garage.
We just got back from the JayZoMon Expo.
In the high desert.
It was their first Expo. It was very well done. There wasn't an unhappy face in the
So many
building.
smiling kids and nerds, and it was so... I felt... We're home, Chewy.
It was a little crazy, though. We didn't really film the show we would have wanted to film there. So we decided we would pick up a little bit here.
Here we go.
For this week. But we do have a little package for you. It sounds like we're so official.
Yeah, a package.
A little package. We basically went around and found other nerd couples and asked them,
what's the best thing about being a nerd couple?
Cut to the package.
What is the best thing about being a nerd couple?
It's never boring.
Our shared interest for nerdy stuff.
Yeah, being able to go to Star Wars movies, Batman movies, being able to collect comic books together.
Probably bonding over like our nerdiness and just combining it together and be like an ultra force nerd.
It's being able to enjoy doing things that I enjoy doing, but also be able to spend time with my husband and people I love doing it.
When I was growing up, like in junior high, high school, being a nerd, it was like a big insecurity. And I think having a couple, having someone that always has your back, allows you to be who you want to be.
I get to buy things I probably shouldn't buy with ease.
Comic books.
Comic books in general, yeah. We basically like the same.
I'll be reading something, then we switch, and it's just nice.
You don't have to feel embarrassed. You just like what you like.
And honestly, depending on how... Never mind, I'm not going to say it.
All friends here.
Depending on how kinky you are, there's endless cosplay.
Is there one nerd thing you guys argue over the most?
Tetraforce.
What is it?
The Tetraforce. It's a theory from Zelda. I believe in the Tetraforce, he doesn't, and we argue about that constantly.
Whether there's 4 pieces of it, yeah.
Yeah, there is.
And what's the 4th piece supposed to be again?
It's a Tetraforce, okay, leave it alone.
Power, courage, wisdom, and what's the 4th piece?
Probably me.
That video was great, except it's missing one of my favorite couples we interviewed. They were younger. It was like the probably late teens at most, early 20s.
I'm so sorry.
Nerd couple, adorable for the
because
podcast.
Guess what? Idiot messed up the recording.
He recorded me walking over and talking to them, then hit the record button. Then he hit record again after the interview was over. So basically we have the beginning of the interview and the end of the interview.
I'm not smart. Proud nerd, but not smart.
So yeah. So if you want to hear their adorable, we want to thank those guys for talking to us, and we're sorry that you didn't make it. You can blame him.
Yeah. So after hearing all those great perspectives, why do you, Jenn Page, like being in a nerd couple?
Who said I did?
What, you don't like all the yelling when we're playing together?
Okay, so obviously, I loved the couple who talked about you always have a friend. You always have somebody who has your back. There's a point, sometimes when you're nerdy, as anybody watching this, you probably have felt this at some point, you kind of feel like an outcast. Like you think things that people don't get, or you're being a complete weirdo, like over the top. Mm-hmm. Like we've gone to Disneyland and done voices and been the weirdos. But when you're with a partner, then everybody else becomes the weirdo.
That's right. We're finally in the cool club.
We're normal now. So I liked when they said that.
Yeah, it was great.
No, but I don't like all of our video game fighting.
We don't.
I have a feeling that our squad members don't like all of our video game fighting either. They're always like, "Okay, kids, come on."
Mom, Dad, stop fighting.
It's pretty bad. Yeah. What do you like about being in a nerd couple?
You're super hot.
Okay, first of all, bias.
I don't know. Look, it took a long time for me to accept and embrace my nerdiness. There's all the things that I love, I can wear them openly on my shirt now.
It's funny because...
Why did it take me this long in my life to get to that point?
On our second date, he came over to my little nerd party. I had a little gathering to watch Game of Thrones. and he wore this black T-shirt, and he looked great in it. But literally, he after the end, he goes, "Had I known everybody was this big of a nerd, I would have worn my Star Wars shirt."
See?
And I'm like, well, why wouldn't you wear that anyway?
Exactly. There's some sort of like, you want to have this appearance of coolness, and if you wear a Star Wars shirt, you're not, which is not true. It sucks.
Yeah.
You wear everything loud and proud.
Yes.
That, it took
and
me
not
so
just
long
at
to
Disneyland,
yes.
and not just at Comic-Cons. Wear it whenever you want.
Yes.
Matter of fact, I think when we go to Ralph's later, we're going to wear our lightsabers.
That's right.
Why not?
Well, we also don't want to get arrested for...
Darn it!
Yeah. Bonking someone over the head. That's a
Okay,
date.
so baby, it's Valentine's week. So I think we should talk about something that's super awesome to talk about on Valentine's week.
Which is?
What are some of the most shocking and memorable deaths you've ever seen in film and TV?
It's so romantic. Death. Okay. Why don't you go first?
Well, let's start with something that I know we're gonna agree on.
Okay.
Luke Skywalker
Okay,
dying.
yeah. I was going to say all of the Star Wars deaths.
Yeah, Han Solo, Princess Leia, or General Leia.
Yes.
Yes.
Starting with Ben Kenobi.
Yes.
Dude looks over at Luke. He's like, okay, let's just take this lightsaber to the neck.
All the way down to Ben Solo.
That's right.
I feel like Star Wars has been very good about giving us surprising deaths
Yeah.
that we don't necessarily always appreciate.
That's right.
I could appreciate all the deaths except for Luke Skywalker's and Han Solo. I think the Han Solo death was one of the worst ones they ever gave.
Well, in terms of the patricide aspect of it, or you just didn't like that he died?
I don't like that he died.
Okay.
I get that it was sort of great storytelling, I guess. I don't know. I didn't like that route.
I mean, it was a shocker. I mean, up until like a moment or two before he actually did it, I wasn't like, that's Harrison Ford. It's Han Solo. There's no way.
That reminds me of one of the very first shocking deaths that are coming to my mind is remember Scream, the first Scream?
Yeah.
And Drew Barrymore, with the biggest star in the movie, opens the movie and then she dies right away.
Hey, I guess we should say spoilers at this point.
Yes, if you're watching this, there's probably gonna be spoilers if you haven't seen the show.
Yeah.
But what's another one?
Okay.
Oh, you have one?
Yeah, I was gonna say. So this is a Walking Dead spoiler. Glenn from The Walking Dead.
I have a few Walking Deads before Glenn. Do you remember? No. Do you remember how shocking it was that Lori died, Rick's wife? Like that was the first time you went, "Oh my gosh, nobody's safe."
Yeah, I guess so.
None of us saw that coming. Nobody saw that coming.
Yeah.
I guess if you read the graphic novels, it's in there, but I don't. So it was super shocking.
Did Carl put down his mother?
He did. He was just a kid, and he had to. Also,
Carl.
Before we get to Glenn fully, Merle. I remember that whole episode they set up Merle. You're like, I finally love Merle. And the same episode they killed him, and you're like, no! But I do agree, Glenn was the most shocking death. He had gone through everything and never died.
Did we talk about this on the show?
With
our spoiler episode.
Yeah.
Glenn was spoiled for me on Facebook because someone had to be a
jerk face.
Yes, we'll say jerk face.
Another series that if you hadn't read the books, the movie was super shocking deaths. Dobby and Dumbledore.
Ooh, yes.
Now I read, most of us had read the books, I think. So you had read the books before the movies, right? So we knew it was coming. But reading the books, it was a shock when Dumbledore died. You're like, what?
I feel this might be a little controversial. I feel a little bit that it was a more shocking death to me that Dobby died.
I never liked Dobby, and I remember everybody who was with me who watched the movie cried when Dobby died, and I was just like, I'm sorry, he was annoying.
What?
I didn't miss him
What?
at all.
Dobby is not annoying.
He's so annoying.
Oh, you're so wrong.
You can't get up and walk away.
I know.
I
No, I want to say he was more shocking because I feel like, Dumbledore is old. He's this old wizard. He's lived a wonderful life. And I think, eventually he had to do something to, keep it going forward and sacrifice himself or something or other. But Dobby was just this lovable pet. Well, I guess he's not a pet. Sorry, Dobby.
House elf.
Yeah, house elf, who was a real person set free.
How about one of the most shocking deaths, I think, to ever be on film? Bill Murray in Zombieland. Right?
Just thinking about it makes me laugh because it was so stupid.
It was so shocking, though. Did you think they were going to shoot him? And then when it happened, I think the whole audience was like, ah!
Not Bill Bill Murray.
Yeah. You just spit on yourself. It was so shocking.
But look how great it was. It's one of the most memorable.
No, I agree. I absolutely agree. But it was shocking.
And only Bill Murray could have turned that into a hilarious moment.
Yeah.
Right?
And then remember when you're watching the second one, you're just hoping they're going to come across zombie Bill Murray?
Yeah.
They never did, though, did they?
Well, no, but they had a great end credit scene.
Remind me?
It was Bill Murray when the zombie apocalypse was just starting to like crest. And it was like him in the studio, like just beating off zombies. You don't remember that?
Oh, that's right. I had to pee really bad and I didn't get to see that. I got to look that up.
Oh, it's so good. I think that's probably the best part of Zombieland 2.
I could believe it because I wasn't the biggest fan of 2.
Yeah.
I loved 1.
You didn't really watch Star Trek The Next Generation that much, did you?
I am not really much of a Star Trek watcher in general.
One of the most lovable characters, Data.
Oh, yeah.
Like his death.
I have heard he's one of the most shocking deaths. But then you told me he came back. So.
Well, I mean, at the time, I think when it happened.
Just people were like,
yeah.
And their whole worlds were crumbled.
I'll keep the Star Trek going as well. When Leonard Nimoy died in the original Wrath of Khan, Star Trek 2, that really gets me. That still gets me every single time. Like his ultimate sacrifice, walking around just completely radiated. He's blind. He can't see anything. His face, he runs into the window. And then he and Kirk share this moment that I don't like. It's just movie magic.
I don't remember anything about that movie other than earworms. That's all I remember as a kid.
Yeah, those earbugs, they get you.
You're not gonna forget that, I don't think.
No.
When it comes to Game of Thrones, there was always like shock, right?
Yeah.
Now here's the thing. I didn't read the books, so I should have been shocked. But I had come to Game of Thrones seasons after everybody else because it took me a while to get past the first few really super gory, rapey episodes. But for you, when you watched it with everybody else, did you have shocking moments?
Well, I had read the books through the red. I had read past the Red Wedding.
So you knew that was coming.
Yeah, but I forgot.
Oh, see, you're lucky.
I forgot. Yeah, no.
I knew it was coming because everybody had talked about it already.
Oh man, when I saw that, I was just flipped out, like just stabbing that pregnant woman over and over.
It's such a bummer when you already know something's coming because you don't get to have that super shock.
I know. Oh, and it was so shocking. Like everyone was just taken out. How many Starks died that day?
A lot. 3, right? Mom, brother.
And brother's new Stark.
Yeah.
Wife Stark. Yeah. And plus the baby Stark, so 4.
I also remember one of the scenes that probably affected me the most, even though I was like, there's no way they're really killing him, was Jon Snow being killed.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was so devastating to watch. And I just remember that whole summer going, no. They're gonna bring him back.
Yeah,
they can't not have him.
No, this sucks.
So I'm not gonna believe that he's dead because it was so traumatizing to watch that.
He
was
tough.
by far my favorite character of the entire show.
And now he's stuck on the wall forever.
Well, then he went up with the wildlings.
Yeah, he's stuck.
I didn't like that ending. He should be on the throne. Did you think Daenerys' death was a shock?
Yes. Yeah, I did. And it was sad because it was he had to do it. There was no other choice.
Yeah.
But look how much love was there.
Yeah.
It's his aunt.
What do you guys, you Game of Thrones watchers, what do you think? Were you okay with Daenerys being killed by Jon? I think I was, but I also think that's where it could have ended. The show literally could have ended with that scene, and I would have been satisfied.
No, I disagree. You need resolution. You have to find out.
But there was stupid resolution.
I disagree.
Put freaking Brandon, what's his face, the brother on the throne.
Look who is in charge now. All the misfits, all the cast outs, like those guys who really worked for good.
You
they
can
get
that
to.
all you want, but.
Oh, you're wrong. Wrong. Plus, hopefully someday we can see little Arya Stark in her new show.
It's not going to happen. They've already said they're not going to do it. They already said.
Arya Stark in America. New York.
That would be kind of interesting to see that time period, though, and what she was doing at the time. And
the Starbucks, do we have a girl has no name?
Maybe that was the cup that was found in the scene.
Get your Starbucks cups out of the shot, people. Downton Abbey fans.
Yes, that's on my say.
Matthew Crowley.
That was a shock.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we know from the spoiler show it was ruined for you. But those of us who it wasn't ruined for, when it happened, it was literal, like, and you just stopped. You're like, no.
Honestly, I thought they were just going to wrap up the season, just happy. Like, finally, these guys got together.
Actually, wasn't that the start of a new season? Like, he died right at the beginning of a new season.
No, I think it was the end.
I just remember it being like, they finally are happy.
Yes, finally. Of course, that's when a show has to just shiv you.
Yeah. That was probably one of the most shocking deaths. I remember actually.
You don't cry a lot, but I bet you cried then.
I don't know. Well, I probably cried not when he died because it was more shock, more like when they're bringing the news back and everybody's dealing with it. Downton made me cry happy tears more than it ever made me cry sad tears. That movie alone. I have a shocker for you.
Shock me.
Gwyneth Paltrow in Seven.
Oh.
I know it was a while ago, so it's harder to remember.
I didn't even think of it.
It was a shocker when it happened.
I hate to say this. I was shocked, but I was also kind of happy.
Really? Because at that point, everybody still loved Gwyneth Paltrow. It was pre-weird Gwyneth Paltrow. I still love her. I don't think she's great, but...
I think I remember her saying something bad about Reno, Nevada, and I was just like... I don't like
they were like, chop her head off.
Yay! What's in the box?
Oh, it was so shocking, though. I remember the whole box thing, and just the whole audience, like, you could hear, like, there was no breath. Everybody's just like, holding their breath.
What a great twist.
Yeah. Oh, and talking of twists, one of your spoiled movies, but it was a shock when we found out Bruce Willis had been dead the whole movie. For me, anyway, not for you, sadly.
Yeah. Hey, Jason, this is a shout out to you again. Every time when we talk about this movie, I think Bruce Willis is a ghost.
That was just wrong, Jason.
Thanks,
just wrong.
Thank you. This is going to date me a little bit, but do you remember when Mr. Hooper died on Sesame Street?
Kind of.
Yeah, and then they talked about it.
I do kind of remember that.
I just remember being sad. It's vague. It's all patchy. But it's just one of those things where, like, okay, we're trying to think of memorable.
We weren't super little, though. We were old enough to understand it.
Right.
Because I remember, like, Snuffy and Big Bird being sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to move from that to something a little lighter. And it's in keeping with what's coming up. We have Top Gun Maverick coming out, but the original Top Gun...
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh!
It's okay. I already know what happens. You can.
What happens?
Goose dies.
That is You've never seen the movie. Why am I defending Top Gun that much? It's so cheesy. Okay.
I've seen parts, like I've never seen the whole thing. I do plan to see it, but I figured I would wait until right before Maverick came out. It is a bummer, though, that I found out he died before I got to watch the movie.
It sucks. Like, there's this friendship and bond that's built up over this whole movie.
You don't expect it to happen.
No, not at all. And it just happens, and you're like, holy crap. And they spend a good 15 minutes, like, just mourning him, Meg Ryan, and everyone else, and his kid. And yeah. I know we already talked about Harry Potter and Dumbledore and all these deaths that you were talking about, but one death, there was a big body count in the last movie. Yeah. But Fred Weasley really got me. Did he not?
Those movies were so unimpactful for me that I don't even remember that moment.
Oh my God. A twin losing his twin brother? Come on.
That's one series I'd be happy if they rebooted.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I think it could be done so much better.
Oh my God, my brain is exploding.
Although the cast, I don't know you'll ever be able to replace Snape.
You cannot replace them.
Snape. Well, the
Snape?
kids
you can't replace anybody.
Yeah, but Snape.
You can't replace any of those kids.
Yes, you can. That's my problem with the movie. Look, I love Daniel Radcliffe now. He is tops on my list now with how he is in Miracle World. But
he's perfect as Harry Potter. He's perfect.
Him
Absolutely.
Sweat. He's literally sweating.
I'm going to be a turnip here.
You didn't think in the first movie that Harry was a little, well, all of them, the three kids were little new actors, like they're
little kids.
Yeah, but you've seen little kids be fantastic actors.
Sure, and these little kids were just wonderful.
They were okay. I'm just enjoying watching the explosion, trying to be contained.
Please tell her she's wrong in the comments. I just need to hear it from someone else. This was an honorable mention. In The Lion King, Mufasa.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're little, and I know a lot.
You know what? That's what it was. I wasn't little. I was in college.
I was saying if you were little and watched it, it's probably really shocking.
Oh yeah.
So I remember being in college, and some of the guys we hung out with were like very like, they could have been in Jodeci. Like they're like guys, and sorry, they weren't nerd guys.
Jodeci?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh.
Guys?
Oh, yeah. Like, that's like girls are like, yeah, come and talk to me. Okay, I'm on my way. Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, they cried at watching the death, so it must have been shocking.
It was shocking.
Yeah.
James Earl Jones don't die. All right.
Well, actually, he's died twice now, so.
I guess he's got a track record of dying, even in the Jack Ryan movie. Oh, well.
Yep. So I guess now every time he's in a movie, just assume he's going to die.
Yeah.
Just not in real life, buddy.
Yeah.
Not in real life.
Never, ever. Don't even think about it.
Well, this has been a very fun Valentine's.
Yes.
So romantic.
Isn't that romantic? I want to talk about death every Valentine's Day with you. I want to give a big thank you to Dave Montoya again for having us out at his expo.
And thank you to everybody who was in the live audience and like talked to us on camera and came up during the show. It was super fun. And of course, you guys who continue to tune in every week, and anybody who's new, welcome.
Yes.
Go back and watch some of the older arguments and comment. We love getting into your comments. Like that's, if you're new to the show, you'll find that like if you comment on any of our, on Apple or YouTube or wherever, we will get into the fight with you. It's super
Yes.
fun. So please keep joining us. Thank you all very much.
Check out our merch shop. Support us.
All that good stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
You've been listening to Two Nerds in a Garage podcast. If you're having fun nerding out with us, please subscribe on Apple Podcasts. Rate and review as it really helps others find the show, which helps us keep delivering fun content. We're also on all of your other favorite podcast apps, as well as on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
This show is supported by our listeners just like you. Please visit twonerdsinagarage.com to find all the ways you can help keep supporting us, including our merch shop and direct donations through PayPal. Thank you again for being on this hero's journey with us.